Hey, what is going on, guys? Thanks for checking out this video on my sports Gematria. In this video, I'm going to go over the co-main event and the main event for Bellator 257 on Friday, April 16th, 2021. I'm going to show you both sides of each fight. It's going to be up to you to determine who you think will win based on the numbers. I encourage you to add additional information on top of this if needed for you to feel confident in your own pick. And if for some reason you're curious to know who I'm picking in these fights, you have to join my Patreon where my picks are always in writing, underlined, and italicized. For more information on that, please read the description of this video. I wish you guys the best of luck in your picks today. Let's go ahead and get into the fights. I'm going to be doing the co-main event, Corey Anderson versus Daflazian, Rex Shamordov, and Vadim Nemkov versus Phil Davis. So I have my daily numbers on this side, date numerology, Gregorian, and the Hebrew calendar. And on this side I have my game numbers, location, 257 spelled out, Bellator 257, city, state, stadium. Right here's Corey Davis numbers, or Corey Anderson numbers, excuse me. Their last names, head-to-head Gematria, and then this is Devletsian. I cannot pronounce his name. That is a heck of a name. Yeah, Devletsian Yakshamoradov. I don't know. That's tough. So let's get into this fight. Co-main event. This goes along with I think it's the Grand Prix for the Bellator Grand Prix Championship bracket. Not a lot of numbers pop out. I know Corey Anderson isn't the best of fighters from UFC. He has a weak. I think he gets knocked out pretty easily sometimes. I don't know if I'm thinking about the same person. On ESPN, they have his record already at 15-5, but everywhere else, every single other website, the Bellator website, the MMA website, SureDog, everywhere else has him at 14-5. So ESPN's the only one that had him at 15-5. So I'm gonna go with everybody else at 14-5, and assume he's at 14-5, unless ESPN's the only one that's right. So there's a discrepancy there. But you know, Corey Anderson is the favorite coming into here. It's the second Bellator fight. It's this guy's first Bellator fight. This guy, I don't want to keep butchering his name, but he's on an 8-5 win streak, looking for his 9th win. He could potentially get his 9th win in a row on the 34th day of the Hebrew Religious, which is the 9th Fibonacci number. He would get his 19th win for his career. 19 sums to 41 and 40. Today with 41 date numerology on the Gregorian, as well as 61 date numerology. 60 sums to 41 and 40. He would become 19-5-1 for a fight record for his career. Emphasis on the 19-5. And he's fighting Corey Anderson, which sums to 195. Corey Anderson, with the two last names versus Gematria, it sums to 105, the 14th triangular number. Corey Anderson could sit on 14 wins for his career, assuming this is the correct record for him. I told you ESPN has him at 15-5, so he can become 16-5 or 15-6 according to ESPN. His name sums to 156. And then you'd have this 156, 195, so that wouldn't look good. But 15-5, the number 15, that number 15 sums to 34. And so 34th day on the Hebrew can go in favor of Corey Anderson getting his 15th win, if every other website is correct with his record. Or it could be this guy getting his 9th win in a row, 34 the 9th Fibonacci. Today has a 25 and 61 date numerology on the Gregorian. 61 is the 18th prime. This is his 25th fight, Devlotsidon. And he could sit on 18 wins, 61 the 18th prime in his 25th fight instead of getting his 19th. And it is the 210th day on the Hebrew Civil. 210 is the 20th triangular number. 20 sums to 55. Corey Anderson could become 2-0 for a Bellator record like 20 with the win in his 20th fight for his career, assuming that this is the correct fight record. And this is Bellator 257. 257 is the 55th prime number. So that would be favored for Corey Anderson. So there's an interesting upset narrative here with that 19-5. Not a whole lot of numbers for Corey Anderson. I'm kind of sketched on his record just because ESPN has it different, but every other website has it the same but different in it to ESPN. But even if he was 15-5, I would probably consider the 15-6, so would go with it either way. Or he can get his 16th win. If he did come in 15-5, he could get his 16th win on a day with 16 date numerology, the 16th of April. And so that's what kind of bugs me is I don't know what it is. I don't know what his actual record is, because if it's 15-5, I probably would take the 16. But right now, excuse me, but right now I'm entertaining the upset here because I'm just unsure of it. But there's numbers here for both sides. His full name sums to 294. Anderson versus his last name, 294. There's upset narratives here. Spelt out though, 257 sums to 263, and Corey Overtime Anderson sums to 263. So there's connection there. Could be for the 20s. 257, the 55th prime. 20 sums to 55. Let's look at the main event of Adam Nemkov versus Phil Davis. This is the second time these two are fighting each other. Number 2. It's the second event. Adam with the win can sit on 2 losses for his career. Become 2-0 head-to-head against Phil Davis, like 20 on the 210th day of the Hebrew Civil, the 20th triangular number. It's the 4th day of the 8th month on the Hebrew Civil, like 48. Vadim and Nemkov sums to 48. It's a day leaving 143 left. Phil Davis sums to 143. That's so interesting. 4th day of the 8th month, 48. A day leaving 143 left. Vadim Nemkov 48 versus Phil Davis 143. The 210th day, and potentially, not officially, but potentially, Vadim could become 2-0 head-to-head against Phil Davis, like 20. 210 the 20th triangular. Not officially, but potential. And there is 93 date numerology on the Hebrew Civil, and Phil Davis would become 9-3 for a record in Bellator fights. But not official, but there's potential there. 25 date numerology on the Gregorian. 25 sums to 50. Nemkov versus Davis sums to 50. Vadim Nemkov can become 5-0, like 50 for Bellator fights. And then Vadim can get his 13th win for his career on 41 date numerology, the 13th prime. Phil Davis, though, it's 162 or a total span of 163 days till his 37th birthday, and he can get his 23rd win. And we're talking about this being Bellator 257, the 55th prime. 23 sums to 55, and it sums to 163. So on a total span of 163 days till his next birthday, he can get his 23rd win for his career, and it would come in Bellator 257, the 55th prime number. 23 sums to 55, and he would sit on 5 losses. 102. Could become 10-2. Let's see what 102 sums to 100. I want to say 66, 185, 67, 59. I know 21 sums to 102. That doesn't help though. Vadim, instead of 5-0, he could just become 4-1 for Bellator on a day with 41 date numerology instead of getting his 13th win, 41 the 13th prime. So that's a possibility. 12-3. 300 days since his birthday. Maybe the emphasis on the 3 part for the 3. Phil Davis could get his revenge. 11. Let me see here. 11. 27, 99, 63. Nothing pops out. $249. Phil, Mr. Wonderful Davis. Fight taking place at Morgan Sun Arena. $259. Phil Davis sums to 46. 41 sums to 46. Could be a good thing for Phil to have Vadim go 4-1. Or, I mean, 41's the 13th prime. Get his 13th win. 226. 235. Let's go. Let's do 235. 274. 112. 266. 104. Nothing jumps. 226. 93. And his name, Phil Mr. Wonderful Davis, sums to 291. 226 sums to 291. And he could become 226 with the loss, potentially. As it becomes 9-3. 9-3. 93. Tough matchups. This is the second time I'm doing Bellator, a Bellator event. These numbers are just kind of sporadic. This one's a tough one, just because I can't really confirm the record. And I do like the Hebrew connections for Phantom 48, 143, 48, like 48, 143 left. So we'll see what happens. Thanks for watching, guys.